you, your ruler is going to be involved in a mutable T-square that is going to be happening all month. So expect revelation to be part of this month. Expect the reality of your situation to be revealed. I believe that, okay, so your ruler is going to be in Neptune and Pisces, which is all month long. So that is being very, very realistic about yourself. This is how you view yourself. This is how you see that others view you. It's about being honest about the way that they see you, and it's about aligning you with the way that you see you versus the way that others perceive you. Like, I think there's a middle ground there. There's some sort of confusion. There's some sort of reality check that comes from this energy with you. Now, Neptune and Pisces is going to oppose Jupiter in Virgo, and it's going to square off with Mars and Saturn all month long. So to me, I think what you're trying to do, you're doing a lot. What you're trying to do is align your relationships with what you deeply desire, with what your relationship can provide you on a day-to-day basis. Like, I think the revelation is you're aligning with reality, not with fantasy. Not with what you idealize and are hopeful on, but more like what could actually come out of this energy. Another thing that I see in this energy that's very, to me, very revealing is the fact that Mars and Saturn are, well, Mars is going to drop into retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde. Mercury's going to be in retrograde. Pluto's going to be in retrograde. Jupiter's in retrograde. So there's a lot, you're slowing down, you're reassessing, you're realigning, and I really honestly believe that this is a point to where you get to relax in energy and you get to really start to reflect about how you want to be perceived, how you want to go about things, what you want your future to be like, what you need to align with. Like, the way that we establish our identity is probably one of the most important tasks that we do in this world. And you're at a point to where your ruler is sitting in there really rejuvenating that aspect. It's really asking you to align yourself with what you deeply desire, not what other people try to mold you into or make you believe that you are. Because the confusion will lie for many of you in the fact that if some of you don't have your best interest in mind, they've been trying to mold you into whatever they wanted, but it was never what you deeply felt. So this energy is about feeling at home with yourself, the relationship that you have with yourself, and then externalizing this relationship and getting other people to acknowledge and see what you see about yourself, the benefits, the pluses, the negatives, whatever that it is, the hope, the dreams, the whatever. You want to be understood in this energy. So the new moon in this energy is all about that reality check of the direction. You need to lead your own life. You need to be the leading man or the leading lady in your own life, and you need to walk your path, and others will follow if they're the relationship that's going to be moving forward. Then you need to move forward in your own authentic way. You need to really start to stand up and free yourself from collective mindsets. And you really need to take a look at yourself from that very simplistic level. What do I want? What do I want my life to be like? What do I want to be perceived like? Who am I? These are big questions, and you're going to be answering them all month long for you, because there's going to be some misunderstandings that come up, and people are going to be questioning your direction, the life path destiny that you're on. But what you need to understand is you don't need to make them understand you, because basically you don't understand yourself at this point. I believe that there's a lot of confusion in your identity, the identity that you want to associate with. I always think of like Bruce Jenner in this energy. You know, when he was trying to play the family man and tried to play the fact that he was a male, he always felt like he was a female, but he was playing externally the male. I believe that some of you are going to have that same thing. It's like you're playing a role in your own life, but you're not there. It's not authentic. So I believe that some of you are finding that authentic, and I don't believe that you were intentionally misleading people. I don't believe that you truly even knew what you at this point wanted. And so I believe there's just the realization of, oh my gosh, this is truly deeply what I align with. Now, we have a new moon. The new moon is in new beginnings for you, and this is about valuing yourself, your needs, and your wants enough to stand up and to create a point in your life where that's where you put your bar. That's how you live your life. You've got to see it though. You've got to have the realization, and that's when Mars and Saturn come in and square off. So for some of you, relationships are going to hold the key. How do they see you? Do you oppose how they view you? Well, if you do, then you need to freaking reflect. You need to take a look at, well, why do they see you that way? What are you doing to cause some of those perceptions of yourself? Or what relationships are you aligning with that you do not need on a daily basis anymore, because they do not expand your potential. They are not your forward energy. The full moon and the cumulative energy in this is that you're in a very expansive time. You're really identifying yourself. You're developing firm, strong belief systems. You are taking a look at your life, and you are considering your potential. You want to create opportunities to express yourself and to be authentic. And in order to do that, you've got to be deeply aligned with what you intensely desire. So this is getting down to the nitty-gritty. What motivates you on an emotional level? And what do you desire at its most simplistic level? And for most every Pisces I know, it's just passion, hope, love, desire. You idealize an outcome, and there's nothing wrong with aligning yourself with that, as long as you are realistic on top of it. It needs to be based on some sort of reality, not avoiding the fact that you're avoiding reality and creating some sense of illusion. That is where, you need to understand that's your weakness. Your strength is you can create your outcome if you fixate on it and it's positive and realistic. So Mars and Saturn, which is going to be both in retrograde, is going to have you kind of reflect and take a look and pause and slow down and reconsider, recall all your life lessons. This is that point where you accumulate all the data and you start to figure everything out. But there is a sense of confusion with the mutable T-square. There's a lot of information coming in. There's a lot that you're reflecting upon. There's a lot of input. So this is that slow down period where I believe that you just take very, very good care of yourself. Another energy I want to talk about for you is the fact that another Piscean energy is the fact that the North Node in Virgo is going to oppose Chiron. I really believe this is about releasing you from the wound of hiding your true identity, hiding yourself, hiding pieces of yourself, fearful of the reaction, people not accepting you for who you are. I believe that you're going to start to break free from that. It's being fearful of the criticism and the opposition, that people may not feel like you are completely identifying with who you are. You may have told people what they wanted to hear, because basically it's easier than having them face who you really are and hearing the opposition and the discouraging remarks and the critical analysis of you. You don't want to hear any of that, because you just want this delusional state where everything is fine. Well, it's not fine. And you need to face that this month. This month is about getting people on board with who you really are, really nourishing the relationships that accept you for who you really are, and letting go of some of the destruction and the weaknesses in your life that prevent you from being authentically you. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching this Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again